Hey, what's up? Greetings, soul family around the world. It's me, ECE, coming to you with a little story today about the time I met an angel. I know how crazy that sounds, that's why I want to tell you about it. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I was demanding a raise at my work, and I found out they were going to fire me. And I was under a lot of pressure in my living situation to get more money, and I was having some problems with drugs and things. I was extremely depressed, really upset. Gonna lose my friends at the job, lose the job. Didn't have anywhere else to work and stuff. And I was really, really stressed out. And so I was pissed off. I decided to just take the long walk home down this country road. And as I was walking, the first thing I found was a toy Nerf gun on the side of the road, a big plastic orange toy Nerf gun. And I thought, that's kind of a bad sign, because how mad I am right now. I just found a toy gun. But whatever, I was like, cool. Kind of carried it with me. I'm walking along the road, and I'm finding empty packs of cigarettes, and I'm just praying for a cigarette. I started saying prayers, I'm praying, let something cool happen to me. Please let me get, some weed or cigarettes. Let me get a job. Let something work out, Lord help, I don't know. And I'm walking along, and so I got the toy gun, and I noticed something sparkly, shimmering red out in the field. Caught my eye. I thought, it's probably just some junk. I thought, maybe it's something cool. Well, just for the possibility of it being something cool, have a little faith, and I got all the time in the world right now anyway, I walked out into the field to the shiny red thing, and it was a messed up balloon. Helium Kids party balloon or something. I was like, oh, go figure, it was just a piece of trash balloon. And that's when I saw it. I turned and looked, and I saw a glass marijuana bowl, orange and blue. I picked it up, and I was like, this is my lucky day. This is something happened. Wow, something's going on. All right, sweet. So I put that in my pocket, and I walk on. And then I take a shortcut through a graveyard, and I come across something weird happened there. I'll skip that. And I took my glasses off, and I started to really pray. I started to really, really pray. I prayed things like, dear God, I know you're real. Please help me. It seems like you don't care. Maybe I've messed up too bad for you to care anymore. I don't know, but I've been having these crazy things happen to me. I feel like the devil is attacking me, and there's no signs from you. And now I'm going to lose my job, and no one's going to understand, and might lose where I'm living, and there's nothing I can do, and I really don't want to be by myself, but I also don't want to try and explain what's going on to someone who's not going to listen to me, understand, call me crazy, whatever. So I said a prayer. I took my glasses off, and I said, Lord, you healed, Jesus healed someone's vision. He gave sight to a blind man. You could do the same for me. Please heal my eyes. That was something I was hoping would happen. Didn't want to have to always wear glasses. Well, I was like, I'm going to leave these glasses here, and I'm going to walk on. I'm going to walk with faith, because I cannot see very well without my glasses at all. And I finished up the prayer with, Lord, what I need from you right now, as crazy and ridiculous and impossible as it sounds, I believe if you really wanted to make it happen, you could. Please send me someone with a cigarette. And I'd been trying to quit cigarettes at the time, but I prayed, please send me someone with a cigarette. Send me an angel with a cigarette. Let me talk to an angel, smoke a cigarette. I didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, amen. And so I'm walking on, and I'd found the toy Nerf gun, and I had found the bowl, and I found some other things that were cool to put in my pocket. It was strange. I'd found some random things. Made me feel a little bit optimistic. And I'm getting to this park. I'm walking by a park, and I saw a really old man on a bike ride by me, staring at me. It was really strange. I looked back, and I was like, I looked away, kept going. And then on the other side of the park, I saw another person riding a bike, a younger guy, pull in on his bike, park his bike, and sit down on a bench. And I thought, who's that guy? Maybe he has a cigarette. I'll ask him. I don't know. But I felt drawn to this guy. I felt kind of called to this guy. Something was pulling me towards him. So I walk over to this guy in the park, and I don't want to bother him. I don't want to. I don't want to bother the guy, but I figured, I would test him. What if this was the angel? Yeah, right. It's just some guy riding a bike in a park. Is what I thought. So I walk over to the guy and I say, "Hey, what's up?" or something. And he goes, "Hi, how you doing? How's your day? Or what you been doing today?" or something. And I say, I wanted to test him. I wanted to test him. So I said some crazy stuff. I was like, "Oh, I've just been walking and praising the Lord. I found all this stuff, and I think it's gifts from Him. But I found all these cool things." And he didn't act like that was anything weird to say at all. He just looked at me and he said, "Praising the Lord, that's always a good thing to do." And I continue on. He's like, "Well, tell me about it. Tell me about your day." And I go, "Well, yeah, I've been finding all these cool things, and there's just one thing I haven't found, one thing I wanted, and that's," before I could even say it, the guy pulls out a cigarette, offers it to me. Now I stop. I freeze in my tracks. I'm like, what is going on? I take a second look at this guy. He had glasses like me. He looked like older, maybe 30 or something. And he was wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. He had short hair, and he looked like a pretty normal guy. He looked like a really chill guy. And he also looked like someone who could handle themselves. He was kind of a bigger guy. But he offers me the cigarette right as I said that, and I'm like, what? And I start thinking something's going on. I'm thinking maybe this is something happening here. This is strange. And remember, I told you I felt called to that guy. Well, me and that guy, we started communicating with our minds, kinda, and I ended up taking the cigarette from him because I was thinking maybe it's some test. I was like, I've been trying to quit cigarettes. My vape's dead. I'm sorry. And he said, "Do you want a cigarette or not? It's okay if you want it." And I was like, "Yeah." So I really do, yeah. So I took the cigarette. I lit it. It was the perfect cigarette. And it was like revealed to me kind of that as I inhaled, I didn't feel the smoke burn my lungs and affect me negatively because I was being protected from that. It was shown to me that God loves people so much that He will even protect them from effects of sin just so they can enjoy something sometimes. And that was really cool. I was like, wow. And so I'm talking to this guy, and we're talking about some random things. We're talking about weed being legalized. We're talking about riding bikes. We're just talking about random things. And he's giving me a little bit of advice here and there and stuff. But it wasn't until near the end of our conversation, really, that he proved to me that he was an angel of the Lord. And the way he did that was he showed me that he knew me. He proved to me that he knew me. He pointed down at the Nerf gun that I was trying to shoot, playing with in the park a little bit. And he's like, "Hey, you know what that reminds me of?" And I said, "What's that?" And he goes, "Remember that Nintendo 64 Duck Hunt game you had that your mom threw out when you were a kid?" And I went to go, "Oh, yeah, that," and I stopped because my mind was completely blown. That was so many years ago. My uncle gave me an old Nintendo game system with the classic Mario and the Duck Hunt game, and my mom threw it out. Pretty shitty. Well, that was many, many years ago, and I had not thought about that in a long time. Really, I had not talked about that to anyone. I had not said that around anyone. There was absolutely no way for this guy to know that. And so I looked at him like, what? What? And I got kind of scared. And he was like, it's okay. And I was like, just wow. And I didn't ask him his name because I felt like I knew him. He looked like he could be my older brother or something. And he rode his bike off. He talked to me a little bit. Assured me I'd make it home safe, it'd be alright. And I asked him, I was like, hey, I was thinking, I'm not going to believe this. I want him to look me in my eyes, and he did. And that also kind of reassured me that he was said he was, who he appeared to be. And I asked him, I was like, hey, is there anything I could do for you to help you out? Since you helped me out, I don't know, man. And he said, yeah, there is. And he told me to tell people about what he did for me that day. He said, tell people about what I did for you just now today. And I said, yeah, all right. And that was about it. And I did tell some people about it, and of course they called me crazy and stuff. So I didn't tell people about it hardly ever for a long time. But when I really tell the full entire story of it, and the amount of details that make it seem to be a factual, awesome event that happened, is really amazing. This is just a short and sweet, pretty much what happened. I met an